Hello, I'm John Hemingway. Welcome back to Shropshire. Now it's a bit of a different video today because we're going to be doing a bit of science, and the reason for that is that I was recently on a Facebook group for sheep farmers, and I couldn't help but notice a question that kept coming up again and again. It was people saying, I vaccinated my lambs with their first dose of Heptavac, I've still got half a bottle left, can I put it in the fridge, leave it for 4 weeks and give them their second dose out of the same bottle, and will that be okay? And the responses to those questions seem to suggest overwhelmingly that a lot of people are doing that and banking on it being okay. Now, before we say anything else, let me just say my response to that question is no, do not do that. It won't be okay. Clostridial vaccines are made to be used within 8 hours of opening the bottle, and the reason for that is that they have no preservative in, okay? What that means is that the minute you pierce that bottle, broach the seal and contaminate the bottle, which you will, the clock is ticking on that vaccine essentially going off. And of course, if it's ineffective by the time you come to give the second dose, then you might as well have not bothered at all, because animals need those 2 doses to get their protection. If they don't have 2 good doses, they might as well have had nothing. Having said that, you know, we're going to do a bit of an experiment. I've got a smallholder that's asked me this afternoon to go and vaccinate 15 lambs with Heptavac, which is perfect because there's 25 doses in a bottle. So I will have 10 doses left in a bottle by the end of today. So what I'm going to do is put that bottle with the 10 doses left in it in an airtight container in a temperature controlled fridge for a week. Then after a week we'll get it out, we'll put it under the microscope and we'll see if there's anything nasty growing in there. I don't know what we'll find. I'm genuinely interested to find out, so stick with me and we'll see what happens. Okay, so we're about to get to this farm. I've got a brand new bottle of Heptavac. Brand new, it's been out of the fridge 15 minutes. I've got a brand new injector gun, never been out of the packet. We're going to go vaccinate these lambs, and then what's left in the bottle we will store and we'll see what happens. Okay, well that's now done. I've got my 10 doses remaining in the bottle. That bottle has been broached once with the brand new injector gun. That's going to go in an airtight pot in a fridge, and I'll see you in a week's time. Okay, we're back after a week. So what we're going to do is draw up a little bit of this Heptavac out of the fridge. We put a tiny drop on a slide and make what we call a smear. We normally do this with blood samples to see if there's anything bad in it, but today we're doing it with Heptavac. We're then going to let that dry and use a very common 3-step staining technique called Dip Quick, and this is going to stain any bacteria in that sample purple so that we can see them. We're getting it under oil immersion microscopy. Now, when you're doing your fecal egg counts at home, you're using 100 times magnification. This is 1,000 times magnification, so we're really zoomed in a very long way. The question is, how bad is it in there? And the answer, well, yeah, it was pretty bad. Let me show you what I can see. So in this picture, all of these purple rods that you can see that I'm highlighting, they're bacilli. They are bacteria, one type of bacteria, okay? And they're just seen throughout the sample wherever we look. Pretty much ubiquitous. We've then got these groups, these colonies here, which are cocci bacteria. They're probably Staphylococcus there. A few colonies there. It doesn't matter where you zoom really, more bacilli there. And all these little dots that you can see, the small ones, that's not dirt. They're also monococci bacteria or monococcus bacteria. So yeah, I mean, it is pretty terrible in there. Now, if I'm completely honest, I did expect to find some bacteria in that bottle, but I genuinely did not expect it to be quite as dramatic as what it was. You have to remember this in context. We were looking at a pinprick sized area of a microscopically thin film of Heptavac there, and we saw just how many bacteria were even in that tiny, tiny amount. Realistically, this bottle is bacteria soup now. So to return to our original question, will Heptavac still be effective after storing? Well, that's been in the fridge for 1 week and it's evidently knackered. The greater question is, having seen what we've seen down the microscope, would you knowingly inject that into one of your animals? I certainly wouldn't. Anyway, an interesting experiment. I'll be back soon with another video. I hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again.